Hi, and welcome to the first video. In this video we're going to go over how to download digital elevation maps from the internet. What we're covering here is also available through a PDF on the class website, and that goes into a little bit more detail and gives a few more examples of how to do this. So to start off, I'm at mapper.acme.com, and I'm going to write the name of a place that I want to go to, Mount Shasta, which is in California. And that's the town of Mount Shasta. I'm in map mode right now, so I can see the streets. Map mode is not very helpful for when you're trying to find out, trying to see the terrain or visualize the terrain of an area. So I'm going to switch over to terrain view. And now I can quite clearly see Mount Shasta. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. So the first thing to take note of is at the bottom. I'm just scrolling over so you can see it better. There's a scale bar that tells me the scale of what I'm looking at. So between this line and this line, that's about 2 miles. So from here to here, that's about 2 miles. If I were to go up a little bit closer, excuse me, that scale bar has enlarged, considerably to account for that. So 2 miles is still 2 miles, but I'm obviously in farther. So you want to sort of keep that in mind as you're zooming in or out. I found that 5 miles is a pretty good cutoff point. If you go below 5 miles in your area, you end up with not a lot of detail afterwards. And anything above 5 miles is going to take more space. It's going to take longer to work with, both as far as downloading and using it afterwards for modeling. So if you can get away with 5 miles, great. If you need more than 5 miles, go for it. Okay, so I'm at 5 miles right now. I can see the distance between these two bars, and Mount Shasta is my subject, which is right here. So I'm going to pan the screen so that the middle cursor here is roughly where I want my first marker to go, and I'm going to click on mark, and that sets my first marker. I'm going to move across roughly 5 miles based on this distance, and then move down to create a rectangle. And that's my second marker right there. And having done that, I'm now going to go over to the USGS Seamless Server site. And at this site, I'm going to click on the United States data. If anything pops up at the top here, just say OK, allow it to do what it needs to do. And once this map appears, I'm ready to download the information. So I'm going to go under the download section, define download area by coordinates. I'm going to click on that, and this window pops up. I'm going to minimize my Seamless Server for now. And I want to switch over to decimal degrees because that's the format of information that I'm going to get from this site over here. So I now need to define what this point is in this corner and what this point is down here. And so latitude and longitude relate to this one at the top, and these two values relate to this at the bottom. So my top point is going to be what appears to be B in this case. I'm going to just left click on it, and I'm going to select this and Control C to copy. And I'm going to use that as my latitude value. And I'm going to do the same thing for the western value. I'm going to put that into my longitude. And you want to make sure that you put a negative in front of that because the U.S. is east of the meridian, and so it's always going to have a negative value as far as the west direction goes. Okay, so now I'm going to click on my second marker that's going to define the lower part of this rectangle over here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select, copy that, and paste it. And then do the same thing again here, copy and paste. And again, I want to make sure I have a negative value for that. And once I've done that, I'm done here, so I'm going to add area. And it takes me to the request summary page. Before I download this, I want to modify data request, because otherwise it'll give me information that I can't use. So this will take me to a page where I can specify that I want to use a certain file. And as I scroll down here, I can see National Elevation Data Set, 1 arcsecond. If I go across here, I'm going to select GeoTIFF. So that's the only one that's selected here. It's a GeoTIFF. And save changes and return to summary. At this point, I'm ready to download. I'm going to just minimize this and that. And so it'll take a second to download the request. Obviously, like I said, if you're downloading a larger area, it'll take considerably longer to do. Once it appears, you can just disregard whatever happens at the top here. All you need to do is click on the blue link, and we're going to save this to our desktop. And that's it. So we have our zipped folder. You can tell it's a zip folder because it's got a zipper on it. And I'll see you at the next video. Thanks.